Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. Welcome to Leap Expert Hour. And today we are back again with another really, I think, most asked for session that why Canada is better than the UK. And to address your questions and to address why Canada is actually better than the UK, we have with us Ekta. So let's just welcome her. Just give me a second. Hey, Ekta, how are
Uh,
you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you, Saket?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining in. Well, guys, Ekta is here. And in today's session, we'll be addressing a lot of your queries as well. So, before we start, just to let you know that there is a link which is floating in your chat box. So, if you want to get exclusive guidance from me or Ekta, you can sign up for LeapScholar. It's very affordable, very value for money, just 199 rupees, and you can connect with us directly. So, and plus, if you have any questions about your profile, about universities, courses, or whatever you want to ask, make sure you put the link in the chat box and, sorry, your query in the chat box, and we'll try and address most of your queries today. Cool. Ekta, can we start now?
Yes, we can start now, of course.
Now,
So
in
hey guys,
case
hi.
you want me to change the slides, yeah.
Of course, yes, of course. Yeah. All right. Starting up with today's session, why Canada is better than the UK. We have few slides which I would want to explain and give you a glance about. We can start, Saket. Great. So very first thing, I think, major of Indians would want to, move outside either for immigration or for work permit. And, the only thing that we have in our mind is, what best is suitable for us and what is trending as per, the work culture. So that is very important. And every Indian students, as far as it's concerned, major of the students ask me the same questions. So immigration policy. So Canada, why Canada is better than the UK? The very first thing comes in mind is, of course, immigration policy. So lot of students who move out of India would want to settle there, right? That is the reason some of them also move outside. So work permit, it is easy, of course. Work permit in UK will be quite a difficult compared to Canada. Average monthly salary in Canada will be high because it's a PR friendly country and they have a very huge fundings. And average monthly salary in UK will be comparatively quite low because keeping in mind the lifestyle that they have, and as you see the Canadian dollars rate and pounds rate, it will differ, right? So these are the few things which I wanted to discuss. And yes, Canada gives you 3 years of post study work visa, whereas UK gives you only 2 years of post study work visa. Great. Let us move with the next slide. All right. So job opportunities, again, that is also one of our main concern that student look for. Be it might be computer science students or electrical students, mechanical management. Any students who comes to a counselor will ask about job opportunities. What is the return on investment? So since they will be paying a quite a good amount of tuition fees, they would also want that what is my package? How much am I going to get, since many of the students will also be on loans, so they will also have to plan accordingly, right? So Canada provides more options on specific industries than the universities. So the unemployment level in Canada is now 11.5%. Of course, the lowest level that you can see. Okay, so out of 100, 7.5% is the only unemployment level in Canada. This metrics is, the current update that we are giving you. So that is how you compare. And UK, I think it is somewhere lying between 30 to 35%. So it is huge, right? Again, it depends on which industry you're choosing and which area of location that you are very keen into. So job opportunities, see, once you graduate from the university, you will have education. So once you complete your graduation, you will have job fairs, right? So you will have to approach a few companies from your end. You have to be, really, really proactive in the country. You should have a lot of networking, and you can start from day one. You can start with your part-time jobs, either it might be on campus or off campus, since you're allowed to take a part-time job for 20 hours a week. So these are also some of the add-on advantages that you can take. Canada also allows you to take up some of the odd jobs, to earn more and take care of your living cost. And also we see a lot of students who are doing great in Canada. And I think major of the students have moved out from India. You see a very big bunch of Indian students there. They're very friendly, quite friendly. The cultural diversity is also excellent. So these are the factors that we see in Canada. So yeah, let us move with the next slide. So yeah, what's the conclusion? So of course, when we are talking a lot many, as you have noticed, each country has its own set of advantages as a study abroad destination. And yes, Canada has few and UK also has few. If you're still looming over the questions of Canada versus UK for international students, of course, why do you have to worry? With all the expert leap counselors, we will be helping you to connect to the right country, right place, right university based on your personal preparation and profile, right? So each one of you will have a different profile. Of course, if you come up and tell me that you are a computer science student, I would want to tell you that yes, please go to Canada. That is the right country. And if you come and tell me that I am a management student, I would tell you that yes, please go to UK. That is the right country for MBA. Likewise, you have country options, but yes, choosing the right country, the right destination, it requires an expert, and that is why we are here to help you out. Great. I think, Saket, we can start taking up some questions. So, yeah, of course, these are the steps how you can enroll yourself with us. So, step one, of course, the link that is there in the description. If you want, counselors like me and Saket to, help you, guide you throughout your process, here is the link. So, you can just click on the link, enroll yourself for just 199 only. So, one plan, and of course, many benefits. Some of the benefits are free shortlist from top experts. See, I understand that students get shortlisting of universities in some of the website. Maybe Google itself can help you, right? But it will be very difficult for you guys to understand what are your probability of getting into those set of universities. For example, now when you take up the a shortlist from experts. Say example, now I have been handling students from past 5 years. So I have seen admits. If you come and tell me that you want an admit from University of Toronto, and you give me a profile, I can quickly tell you what are your chances of getting that Google or any website cannot tell you, right? So that is why it's very important for you to have an expert guidance, and that is how we are going to help you and draft you out things, right from giving you one-on-one counseling, university shortlisting, your application process, your visa process, and of course your scholarship loan procedures. We have a lot of benefits under one roof. So yes, what are you waiting for? You can just go ahead and enroll yourself. The link is right there in the description. So yes, kindly enroll and don't miss the opportunity. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Ekta.
So
Well, we'll
Saket,
start taking the
let's start with the
questions.
questions.
Yeah. So a lot of them coming your way, Ekta. Not a problem at all. So we have a first question from Saint Teja. I think he posted it before the session started. So is Canada okay? As per the job purposes. So the question is in parts. So yeah, how's Canada as a country for
Right,
job?
right. So of course. So I'll just answer you, Saiteja, on this. So of course, Canada being a PR country, right? They are allowing students to take up jobs, and if you do well in your internship, you're absorbed by the same company for your further job references. And yeah, job opportunities right now we are seeing is quite high in Canada, and you see, variety of jobs coming up in the market. Maybe some startup companies are pitching up, and they also want some sources, right? So yes, of course, why not Canada?
Right. So guys, start posting your questions. just be a little
Yeah.
bit more elaborate with what you want to ask, because it allows us to understand your position better, your profile better, and it will allow
Yes.
Ekta and me to kind of understand, what you actually want to pursue. So, Ekta, the next question we have is from Resham, and the question is, where is the jobs for occupational therapists more in demand, Canada or UK, and what's the cost of living?
Right. So, Resham, Gangan, I'll just tell you on this. So, Canada has lower overall study and living cost and has, long provided international students with flexible job opportunities that you see. I think, you can select some hot destinations like you have Ontario. You can also see some universities in Alberta. So these universities, for example, you have University British Columbia, University of Toronto, Waterloo, all these top universities that you can select, because these are some of the niche courses which we generally don't come across in our daily sessions. But yes, occupational therapist, more in demand, you can see in Alberta and Toronto side. I would also suggest you to take some, talk to some alumni students who are into this industry or area for a better understanding. And yes, if you compare with Canada and UK, and if you want a cost of living better, then of course Canada, because they have the low, tuition fees and living cost.
Right. I hope that answers the questions, Resham. Next up, a very interesting question, Ekta. So I think we both will be taking different sides here, because I think
Yeah.
most people know that I'm very pro UK in my approach, and you're very pro Canada. So like, Karan is asking, other than the PR, what is the how is Canada better than the UK? Other than the
Yes.
PR,
Yeah, other than the PR, I think the cost of living, the tuition fees that you see, and the culture that Canadian people give you, all of these things all together, Canada is a better country. Of course, I won't say that it's better than others, but it has its own advantages, is what I can tell you. Right? You have a
right?
lot of if you're considering the cost of living and entertainment activities, of course, Canada is a great choice.
Right. So, Karan, I think every country, like Ekta said, would have its pros and cons. So, yeah, in Canada, you may get a wide variety of programs. Ekta also mentioned that you have diplomas as well. You have bachelors, you have masters. Whereas in the UK, you get, I would say, more world-ranking universities. There are more research and PhD opportunities. So, it will entirely depend on what kind of course you want to take. In your career. Every country would have an advantage. Like how Ekta also mentioned, Canada is very, very affordable to live, and UK, is one of the most expensive countries to live, and I would definitely vouch for it. Again, totally depends on what you want out of your career, and no country is like better than the other. It's just that our career goals are different, and according to our career goals, our countries also change. Uh, cool. Next up, we have a question from Lavi. I have completed my 12th with science stream in 55%, 2019, and a gap of few years. So I think she completed
Yeah.
2019's 12th,
So I think
and
what should I do?
after,
Okay.
right. So do you
Since
think
you've
Canada
completed,
would be a tricky?
it will be tricky, Saket, because she has 55% in science stream and
Yeah,
she has a gap with this their PR policies. Even if in case she applies, Lavi, you will face a high visa rejection, stating that they will feel that you are a potential immigrant. So you will have to
yeah.
face a visa rejection because of the gap. So I think in UK will be the better country, Saket. What do you think?
Well, I think Ekta, the major challenge with the UK, yes, they'll be okay with 55%. I think most Canadian colleges are not really, they want 60% as the average around. However, in the UK, there would be a few universities
Right.
that will accept you. But Lavi, the major challenge would be what did you do after 2019? So if that gap is justifiable, as in,
Right.
you have some valid justification, and to put across that valid justification, you need a very, very strong SOP. I would advise that you on a one-on-one counseling with one of our counselors, and it will be pretty helpful for us as well to get more clarity on what you were doing in those years. Uh, However, that being said, when COVID came in 2020, so I think she might get an advantage there as well because of the
Yeah.
COVID situation, because universities have become a
Right.
little bit more flexible that ways. But
Right,
I would suggest do it ASAP. So,
right.
like Ekta said, Canada, even I think Canada, I'm pretty much sure with this kind of profile, we're heading towards a visa rejection, but UK, we can give it a shot.
Right. I think,
Cool.
Labby, later, we can have a one-on-one counseling session with you and we can, discuss in detail about your profile and give you the right guidance. I think you can just enroll yourself with us and maybe we can take it ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Next up, we have a question from, it's a UK question. So, right, Rohan, I'm going to University of Exeter for MSc Finance. Is getting tier 2 visa after 2 years PSW for someone in finance difficult? What about PR in the UK? Is it realistic? So, do you want to take it up,
Yes, yes, of
Ekta?
course, Saket, you can take it up.
Cool. Cool, Rohan. So Exeter is one of the most prestigious universities in the UK, and it's pretty known for its business programs. It's a Russell Group university. So the kind of exposure you get in terms of career fairs and the employers visiting the campuses, like it's going to be really really uh, high than compared to other modern universities, I would say. So definitely a very good choice out there. Talking about the tier 2 visa after 2 years PSW is will not be difficult. See, if you land a job and if you work in a job for like 1.5, 2 years, most employers would be happy to sponsor you if you've been performing well, because employers invest a lot of money in your training, in your, uh, you know, uh, when you kind of, are totally into the system. Getting a new person to do the same job becomes a little difficult as well, because obviously it's like a total shift of getting a new person to do the same things you were doing. So when you are in the system, I think it's easy that you get the sponsorship. I don't see any difficulty in that. However, just make sure that you network pretty well, which is I think most guest speakers on this on our channel, like Sarika has spoken about it, Rajiv has spoken about it. So networking is very, very important, because that is something most Indian students usually neglect. I'll tell you my example as well. So all the jobs I've got in my career, even at Leap, it's through networking only. So networking is very, very important, and it's becoming, integral part of a job finding process, even in India. Even if you go to metro cities in India like Bangalore or Delhi or Mumbai, networking is something which lands you jobs these days, not campus placements. Yes, like you do get campus placements in India, but as you progress, you have to rely a lot on networking.
Yeah.
Addressing your last question here, PR in the UK, yes, it is realistic. However, it may take long than Canada. Like Canada, it may take you like maybe 2 to 3 years or something. I'm not really sure. Exact time frame varies from student to student. UK, ideally, I would say it will take 5.5 to 7 years to transit from the post-study work visa to the PR, which is the ILR. So yes, it is realistic, but it may take longer. I hope that answers the question. Uh, cool. Next up, we have a question from Pooja Naran. So I think it's about psychology, Ekta. So
Yeah,
does psychology have good scope in
of
Canada in
course.
terms of healthcare sector?
Yeah, so Pooja, yes, psychology. It again depends on what type of program that you're choosing for. Generally, we are seeing some human psychology running up with good career opportunities. Good scope in Canada. If in case you ask me, see anywhere you go, psychology has its own pros and cons. Any country that you choose, even if in case you're staying in India, you will have a very different route to pitch for. But yeah, when it comes to Canada in terms of healthcare, after I think post covid, we have also seen a lot of healthcare sectors developing, and psychology is also one of a part where we have seen generally students who were in the area of 2019-20 have lost their touch in lot of streams, and that is when the psychology and the counseling is coming up and taking up its place. So Pooja, yes, you can take up you do have good scope in Canada for psychology. You can also apply for MSc in psychology depending on what background you have. If in case you have work experience, well and good. If not, you can also apply for MSc in psychology or MS in psychology depending on what job opportunities you want. So yeah, I think
Right.
elite healthcare sector, you can apply without any doubt.
Right, and I think Ekta as well. I think after COVID, we've seen a lot of mental health startups also kind of
Right, right,
coming
right.
up, and that not just limited in India but everywhere in the world. So
Yeah,
yeah, Canada is no exception. Pooja, I think it makes really good sense. Psychology is actually a very booming program, and I think most people realized it, like Ekta said, when COVID came along. So people
yeah.
people understood that everyone is going through a stressful period, and psychologists are in demand in most countries right now. Uh, cool. Next question is from Aditya. Which country is better for data sciences?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think yeah, data science when it hits my mind, I always say it's either Canada, US, of course. Canada being one of a best technical country where we have seen lot of research universities coming up with a different set of experiments and programs. You can of course approach Canada on a other side. I can also suggest you US. So US and Canada, both these universities are great into the technical aspects. So yes, I hope this answers your question, Aditya. If in case you're confused between two or more countries, say now I told you about US and Canada, I can give you a solution for this as well. You can just take the shortlisting of universities from us, of course, enroll yourself and get yourself a shortlisting of universities. There you can compare the universities with their QS ranking. You can speak to some of the alumni students there and understand the scope of engagement that they are having currently in the country. So yeah, you can apply to both the countries simultaneously. Once you get your offer letter, then you can also decide on which country, on which university you want to get into.
Right, and I think Ekta, you've spoken really well here, because this is something I also tell a lot of students that if you're confused between two countries, apply to, let's say, two universities and two universities in both countries, and once you
Yeah,
start receiving offer letters, then you make a decision that which university makes more sense to you.
right,
Cool.
right.
I hope that answers your question, Aditya. Next up, we have a question from Mani Ratnam, Palani Velu. I'm sorry if not, I'm not correct, pronouncing your name correct. So, does industrial engineering in Canada is in demand? Is industrial engineering in demand in Canada?
Yeah, I think industrial engineering now, when we have seen some sort of programs when it comes to electrical and industrial, or maybe some industries growing up with their startups, or some industries coming up with their pictures in mind, it is demanding some sort of courses into engineering. Industrial engineering do also have put their legs into some other industries. So I think if not Canada, I can also suggest you, if it's industrial engineering, I can also suggest you UK. But if in case your further plans is to get into some PhD or something, then yes, Canada will be the right choice. In demand, if you ask me, see, every set of courses are in demand. If you ask me computer science, if you ask me MBA, if you ask me industrial, I won't say that it's in demand or it's less of a demand. It's just that the right place that you have to choose. Okay, so you have to
Yeah.
understand what is the supply and what is the demand. So even if in case you're asking me if industrial engineering is, yes, it will be in demand. Even if it is Canada, US or UK, you just need to understand the right university and right place to settle.
Right, and I think it makes a lot of sense here, because that reminds me. I was having this conversation with one of my friends who's actually a computer engineer. He's into software. So I think that's what he told me, that India produces so many people in software and computer sciences domain every year, and then he works in Bangalore, and he's like, major organizations, startups are facing massive shortages
Yeah,
in this field, software developers. It means, I think, you have to be you have to come with right skills, and
right,
you have to have you need to understand that yes, the demand is there in the industry. It's just that not many people are skilled enough to actually do that job.
right, right.
So that is why I say upskilling, guys, is very important. And yeah, definitely, if you're considering studying abroad, and if you are in the process, and if you are looking at studying at really good universities, I would also recommend that you uh, do a lot of online programs as well. So it's constant
Yeah,
upskilling which is required right now.
yeah, and I
So
think
for that, I have
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Please go ahead.
So for that, I have a resource. it's a website called classcentral.com, and you can find all the courses across all the websites, including edX and all these. So they are listed in just one website. So you can choose which program you want to apply, and most of them are free. Only if you want a certificate, you would have to pay $100 or something. And the courses are offered by most top universities like Wharton or Oxford, Cambridge. All these guys, they offer like free online courses. Check those out. They definitely add to your resume. I personally have done a lot of these courses as well, and they have benefited me immensely. Cool.
Great.
Ekta, you were saying something.
Yeah, so I was just answering a few things. So industrial engineering, of course, now also has engineering management. It is basically a techno management that has come up. It is, of course, concerned with the design and improvement, installation, and these sort of programs. So yeah, Canada has some integrated systems of people, material, and equipment. So I think industrial engineering and management will be the right option if in case you're choosing Canada money. So I
Right.
think you can go ahead with Canada because yeah, the right country, and more than right country, you will have better universities if in case you choose. Yeah.
Right. Um, Very interesting question by CMK. I think this is one question I get from everyone these days. Current Canada student visa situation, I think it's totally overwhelmed right now. I think it's taking how many months now? It's 2 to 3 months approximately,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
It's taking less of a time compared to 2018 and 19. So yeah, I think 2 months it is taking, not more than that.
Yeah, but again, I think that has affected a lot of students personally, because I know some people in my circles as well, and they applied for the visas in June, and they're still waiting for the visa.
Yeah,
So
it again
how would you
depends.
yeah, so what would you recommend, like applying early? So yeah, I think
Uh,
that's something we tell everyone, apply early, and then most students don't understand, because I did a
right,
lot of sessions with university reps as well, and everyone is like, India is a very last minute market. Okay,
right,
one day
right,
people
right.
will like, okay, we want to study abroad, we want to apply. So that's not how it works, guys. This whole situation is, I know, created after COVID because of the whole massive backlog visas backlog, and Canada is processing it. But unfortunately, I think if you're planning for even May intake or September intake, I think most January things are closed right now. And even if you're planning for May or January, May or September, try and apply as early as possible. Take your
Yeah.
IELTS score, everything done, and apply as early as possible.
Yeah, I think compared to other countries, Canada closes quite soon, and
Yeah,
the visas, we see a lot of visa, last minute approaches as well. So everyone here, whoever is planning for Canada, if in case you want your visas to be on safe and on time, please apply early.
yeah. Cool. On that note, if you want to speak to us directly, if you want to speak to me and Ekta directly, why not enroll with LeapScholar? There is a link which is floating in your chat box. So I just mixed flashing and floating. So yeah, it's floating in your chat box. You can click on that link. It's just 199 rupees. You get expert guidance from me and Ekta. As well as you also get a personalized counselor. They'll help you with your university shortlist. They'll help you with your SOP, with your LORs, with your career planning. You also get to join IELTS classes, which is the part of the package. You also get visa support, visa interview support, and lots more. So don't wait, guys. It's less than a cost of a usual coffee as well. I think CCD or maybe Barista has expensive coffees, except the Americano, which is like cheaper. So yeah, even if you want to drink cafe, like a cappuccino at a cafe, it's going to cost you more than 200 rupees, just 199 rupees, and you can speak to us. So links floating in your chat box, and we'll get back to our question answer session.
Of course. Yeah.
Cool. Next up, we have a question, Ekta, from Abhinav. Is the pharmacy in Canada a good option? I know direct admissions to pharmacy isn't possible, but after completing 2 years of prerequisites, it's pharmacy a good option? So I think
Uh,
we need to know more about what he's done.
yeah.
You know,
So I think
but if
Abhinav, you can take up one-on-one counseling session with us because it's PharmD. We will have to discuss a lot many things about it.
Right. But Abhinav, I think just to answer your question very quickly, pharmacy as a career is in demand, not just in Canada, but all across the world, especially after COVID. So don't worry too much. I think I tell this to everyone that nurses, doctors, dentists, pharmacy people, healthcare managers, you guys don't have to worry. You know, you have a long, I would say, supply of jobs coming your
Yeah.
way. I think everyone is going to fall sick, everyone is going to fall ill, and I think you guys will be at the front line always. So
Yes.
you do have a very illustrated, you know, a very, very good career ahead.
It's a
Cool.
never-ending career, in fact.
Yeah, yeah. I think money people, people who manage finances,
Yeah.
and healthcare people.
I think in that way, all the industries have their own, sort of requirements,
Yeah,
and it's just the
right.
right time, right place is what you have to select.
Totally, totally. Cool. Ekta, next question is from Pranav. I have completed my BCom. Which college and course should I choose to study?
Right. So Pranav, since you've completed BCom, that is a 3 years of bachelor's. Generally, Canada do not accept 3 years of bachelor's. They require 4 years of bachelor's. Total 16 years of education. But since you have already, completed BCom, which college you can select? You can choose some of the postgraduate diploma courses, which is for 1 year. Again, you see a lot of courses for 2 years as well. You can select something into marketing, international business, finance. So you are a BCom student, so you can keep your leg into any boat because you have been trained in your 3 years. Regarding your economics, statistics, accounting. I think I myself, being a BCom student, I can relay. I can understand what your courses can, beat into. So the colleges and courses, yes, you have a wide range of options. Colleges, some of the colleges that I can suggest you, you being a BCom student, I can suggest you colleges like Georgia. You can select. You can look into Centennial, George Brown. You can also select Humber, Fleming. All these are good options for BCom students. In fact, one of my friend is in Conestoga, and she was just mentioning me that she had wide range of internship options during her last semester. And yes, she was working well in her internship, and the same company has given her the full time job. So I think, Pranav, you can also be the one there, and yes, you can apply to Canada with these sort of programs.
Right. On that note, Pranav, just pitching in my video here. So, if you want to study at Humber College, I have done a video with Callum from Humber. So, he manages the India recruitment as well. So, he's based out of Humber College in Canada. So, I've spoken to him for good 15-20 minutes, and there's a video on our YouTube channel which you can go and check out. So, just type Humber College LeapScholar, and it will be on top of your search results. Do watch that video. I think that will be pretty helpful because he's extensively discussed the entry requirements and what all support do you get at Humber. So it's one of the best colleges in Canada. I think Ekta will agree. So yeah, do
Yes,
check
yes, of
that
course.
video out, and we do have more videos with colleges coming up in from Canada. So just stay tuned. Uh, cool. Enough of marketing. So I guess I'll get back to questions. Hitanshu has a question. So I want to pursue masters in finance. So which country is best for me? I think that's again a very subjective question, Ekta.
Uh, since you want to pursue. Yes, of course, Saket. I think, Hitanshu Shah, since you want to pursue masters in finance, the best country that I would suggest you will be UK over Canada, because UK being, they have Russell Group universities which are, doing great in the market for into finance industry. So I think, Saket, you can also, you will agree that, some of the universities which are providing international finance, like you have Leicester, you have University of Warwick. You can also apply to University of Manchester. All these universities do have good finance program. So yeah, the
Right.
best country, of course, I would suggest you UK, Hitanshu.
Right. So Hitanshu, just adding 2 cents of my knowledge here. So I think, like I said, everyone knows I'm very pro UK, but yeah, that's for a reason because I think I'm pretty much sure if you want to go for a master's in finance, you'll either have a BBA or a BCom. I think that's the most common
Yeah,
degrees
yeah, yeah.
Indians pursue basically, and most commerce degrees at undergraduate level in India are 3 years. So unfortunately, in Canada, you cannot get into a master's. So that is one reason. Second, with a 3-year undergrad, you can get into any UK university, and how Ekta mentioned, you can get into any Russell group as well, depending on what kind of percentage you have. Also, if you studied in a state board as well now, so UK also offers IELTS waivers. So I think that makes UK a lot more credible as a country. And the best part, I think, about the UK is a lot of top universities will not even require GMAT or GRE scores.
Right,
So
right.
that's the best thing about the UK, I would say.
Yes.
Cool. It's a very interesting question. I think this is one question I also get from a lot of students on my videos. Art student, what kind of scope, which country? So I think art students are like, always kind of confused.
Yeah, they're, they get confused. They feel that they're most leftovers, but no, that is not at all the case, Ahmed. Art students also have lot of opportunities and best scope in any country you go. But yes, you need to understand that which program that you are planning for. Okay, so I'll just mention some of the courses that you can take up if in case you are from the arts background. Of course, you can take up something in journalism. You can take up something in psychology. Okay, and you have animation, you have bachelors of design, you have bachelors of mass, you have masters in mass media. So all these
Yeah.
courses are best in art. So I think humanities and social science is also something that is working well. And you have journalism and mass communication. So these are some of the courses that you can opt for. And yeah, the best scope that you can find is in Canada. Of course, not all the university will accept 3 years of bachelor's, but yeah, if in case you have 4 years of bachelor's or maybe 3 years of bachelor's plus work experience, you can apply to Canada. Otherwise, UK will be the right choice.
Right. And Amit, just to add to your query, see, art students, as I think, this is my personal experience. Uh, yes, you cannot get into tech roles, which are like mostly into engineering and STEM, and you cannot get into healthcare. But I think art students are so flexible in terms of their careers. I have seen people from arts background, humanities background, getting into business roles as well, analyst roles as well. So there's no ending. Right now, we are living in a skill-based, I think, atmosphere wherein you pursue a degree, you pursue a degree, you develop your skills. You can get into a variety of industries. So don't just limit yourself. So yes, I hope that answers your question. So I think Ekta has a technical glitch on her end. So while we wait for her to come. Cool. Uh, just to remind you once again, we have very limited slots right now. So 199 rupees. You click on the link. You get expert guidance from me and Ekta, and we'll be happy to help you with university shortlist, your any queries you may have in terms of your career. We are running batches with students one on one, wherein we speak to you one on one. So if you guys are interested to speak to us directly, I would advise that you go click on that link and click on enroll, and you get expert guidance from me and Ekta. Plus, you also get extensive benefits from the LeapScholar, which usually includes all your university shortlisting, your visas, your SOPs, your LORs. Cool. Ekta is back.
Yeah, so sorry, guys. I just had some internet issues. Yeah, I hope.
No worries.
Yes.
Cool. Uh, so we're getting at the next question, Ekta. Akash is asking again a very commonly asked question. I think a lot of students would have this query. Can we do masters in Canada if we already have a master's degree?
If in case you already have a master's, it again depends at what masters you have and next what masters you're planning for. If in case example you have MS in computer science and again you're applying for MS in computer science, that you will definitely will be questioned that why again the double masters, right? So there we will have to face a visa rejection stating that you are a potential immigrant who just want to enter the country. But whereas if in case you have taken MS in computer science and next again you're planning to take up MS in data science, which is quite relevant, right? Then you can take up again. Not all the universities will allow you, but there will be some sort of universities that you can apply for. What's this total cost compared to UK? I think UK, Canada will cost you around 30 to 35 lakhs. For one, for both the years, and I think UK will cost you around 40 to 45 lakhs, including your tuition fees and living costs for both the years. So you will see, a more or less 8 to 10 lakhs difference, Akash. So yeah, if in case you're planning to do masters, if you already have a master degree, then you have to choose the universities wisely, and it also depends on what background you have and what further masters that you are planning to apply for.
Right, and I think in these cases, a very strong SOP is also required, just to kind of
Right,
elaborate that why you want to do another master's degree.
right,
So,
right.
and that gives you one more reason, Akash, to enroll with us. So, head right to the chat box and click on the link and get in touch with us directly.
Yes, of course.
Cool. Yeah. So, next question. I think a lot of people are like really kind of disturbed by the whole Canada's backlog. So Farooq has a very interesting question, and he's like, "Don't you think all these PR options will be fruitless when Canada has the highest rejection rates and 3 million backlogs and a very specific yearly student visa quota? Is there any student visa quota in Canada? I don't think so.
No,
I
no,
think this
you
is
don't
just
have
a
it.
rumor, right?
Yeah, yeah. So there is nothing as such, Farooq. It might be some wrong website or wrong information that you have got into, but all the PR options, of course, will be fruitful until and unless, as I think Saket mentioned, that how proactive you have to be in the country, how networking you should have. I think it won't be difficult for you to get into a PR, and highest rejection rates is just because of their PR policies, right? And 33 point plus million backlogs. I completely understand on the fact that you're guessing upon, but yes, I think specific yearly we are not seeing any problem as of now.
Yeah. Right. So I think, Farooq, this is a very temporary situation which was created because of COVID.
Yeah,
And the reason is because there was not a lot of processing which was done in the in the last year or so. So that has resulted in a massive backlog, and the number of people working in the embassies, working in the high commissions remain the same. So, and that is the reason. That is the reason why there is a massive backlog. It's a very temporary situation which may resolve, and Canada is working on it. And obviously, if you go to study in Canada, like let's say next year, even in May or September, that would be obvious. I think you'll be graduating in 1 or 2 years after you complete your
yeah,
program. I think by then it's a very I think long time from now, and I think by then these backlogs will be gone anyway. So don't
yeah,
worry too much. I think a lot of people spread a lot of rumors. There is no specific yearly student visa quota in Canada. It's just
right,
that yes, the rejection rates are very high right now, and like how Ekta said, it's because of their very strict policies, and plus I think a lot of students who didn't apply early, and they've been taking because of the whole COVID gap and all that. So a lot of applications are being accepted, affected that ways also. So don't worry too much. This is like no, this is not going to last forever. It's just for a few months or a year max, not more. Okay, guys, I'm not taking questions again from the same people because I want to address everyone's questions, but I'll try if any question is relevant. So Vikrant is asking, suggest course. I think this is a course specialization anyway, finance and analytics. 3 years
yeah,
UG management, and looking to study abroad but unsure about which country to choose. Finance and analytics. I think UK
yeah.
makes more sense. Ekta.
Right, right. I think previously also one of a student asking about
Yeah,
finance, we have guided him the same. So I think Vikrant UK will be the right choice. Some of the universities like East London, University of Kingston, all these are best options, Vikrant. If in case you want to apply to both the countries like Canada and UK, you can definitely apply. And maybe once you get your offer letter, you can just you know uh, take the best out of it and
yeah.
choose the right one. Yeah.
Right. And Vikrant, just how Ekta also mentioned earlier, because you have a 3 years UG, so you'll not likely get a master's course in Canada. So Canada, you can apply for PG diplomas.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question. Anurag Verma, BTech in CSC, also have experience. Can I go for PhD?
It again depends on how many years of experience you have. I think, Saket, we will have to first take up masters, and then it again depends on the number of research programs. You will have to write down to the university lecturer. You will have to get some approvals. The approvals will be given to you, Anurag, only if you have completed a certain level of programs. Only then you will be liable to take up a PhD. After BTech directly going to PhD, I think a lot of universities will not accept that.
Right. And I think, guys, with PhD, the whole process is very different. How Ekta mentioned is like you have to write to the professors. And if they agree to supervise your dissertation, your research project, only then you can formally apply to the university.
Yeah.
So it's a long procedure. It may take months, but again, you have to shortlist your universities where you want to apply. Uh, and yes, I think having said that, you have a BTech. Some universities may accept you with some work experience and all, but again, many universities may also ask for a master's. However, if you want to pursue your career in academia, I can also recommend one degree for you, Anurag. So you can check out MRes programs in the UK. It's called Masters by Research. Most Russell Group universities will offer these courses, and this is a 1 year program. It's a master's program, which is basically aimed at preparing you for a PhD at the same school. So let's say you do an MRes program. If you perform exceedingly well in that program, you can continue with the PhD. And in the UK, the added advantage is if the master's is 1 year and the PhD is usually 3 years. So within 4 years, you can get your PhD. So check out MRes programs. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Uh, cool. Project management. Ekta, what is the scope of
Yeah.
project management in Canada?
Yashraj, the scope of project management in Canada, as we see, the project management is something that is a basic essential of any organization you take, any org, who are setting up. A project management is being one of most, in demand courses you see in Canada or maybe anywhere you go. But Canada, project management being one of a techno management program, and Canada being more, more, into computer science and IT or something related to technical. And since you also have 2 years of work experience into IT, you can definitely get into Canada. Canada MSN project management, I think you can take up some in University of Toronto or McGill. You can earn a good degree there. And yes, said that you have 2 years of work experience into IT, you can also explore more industries later on. Say example, you can also take something into business management, you can take something into analytics. So I think these are some of the wide range of programs that you can explore. And yes, job opportunities also. Let me give you guys a pay scale link where you can understand what would be your pay scale, or maybe it will help you understand what is your return on investment. It's www.payscale.com. Okay, you can check
Yeah,
there. You can check what are the companies offering students, and which is the best location for those particular programs. So Ishrad, I think
right.
this will be helpful. You can check a few things, a few pay scale into the link, and that will answer your question.
Right. So, guys, just to add to Ekta's, like whatever she's telling you. So, uh, yeah, if you want to check something, PayScale is one of the most trusted websites. So it tells you the average cost, average salaries and everything. So, but for Canada, you can also look at two more resources, which includes Job Bank Canada and Statistics Canada. So these are the government agencies as well. PayScale, Job Bank, and Statistics Canada are the three most credible websites which you can refer to in terms of your salaries. What are the salaries in the industry as standard right now? A lot of information is out there. We all
Yeah.
need to just access it, because even we guys get all the information from there, and our students who are already studying abroad. So make sure you access these websites. uh,
Yes.
Next up, very interesting question from Yash as well. How can I get scholarship to do MBA from UK? So can I take this up, Ekta?
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, so Yash, MBA as a course, very few scholarships on offer across the world, because MBA is a very, very, I would say, uh, it's regarded as one of the professional courses, and not many universities will offer you, like fully funded scholarships for an MBA. However, a lot of universities in the UK do offer scholarships for MBA, but again, that will be very, very limited to not fully funded, but let's say around 25% to 50%, depending on which university you go to. I would advise that once you shortlist the universities, every university's business school would have some sort of scholarships, but make sure you check out the MBA scholarships. So Durham offers a lot of scholarships for MBA. Imperial College London offers a lot of scholarships for MBA. If you're looking at universities that also offer industrial placement, so that is also a wise option, because you do even if you spend let's say 15 lakh rupees on an MBA, you can go for an internship or an industrial placement, which can earn you good amount of money. So plan carefully, and I would advise that whichever university you decide, the university will offer you a scholarship ranging between £2,000 going all the way up to £15,000, depending on the university and the course, because MBAs are usually not covered in a lot of scholarships. So do check
Right.
that.
I think some of the scholarships, so basically, students see two types of scholarship. One is internal scholarship, which are generally given by the universities, and the other one will be external scholarship. For example, you can apply to Great India Scholarship, Commonwealth Scholarship. Okay, so yeah, of course, the applicants are high in numbers, but yeah, adding more on scholarship things, I can suggest you this.
Cool. Harish has a very interesting question. Ekta, agriculture. So he's done agriculture, bachelor's, and wants to do masters. Whether it's a good move. I think we've spoken about that in the last session as well. I
Right,
think
right.
I remember.
So I think agriculture is something that is, never ending. Of course, it's one of a basic need. Any country you go, Hare Krishna. So since you've completed your BSc in agriculture, you also have, wide range of agricultural programs when it comes to techniques, when it comes to, the demand, the supply that currently, people are getting. So the good move to come to Canada for MSc, of course, will give you more scope, because they're very forward and vast when it comes to agricultural techniques. So I think you can study well in demand courses there. So anything else that you would want to add, Saket? I think we spoke about this last session, and
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, Ekta, I think that same thing applies here. Right place, right time. So I think if you're looking at agriculture as a career, I always advise students to check out Saskatchewan, because I think it's the agriculture hub of Canada. So it has the largest number of agriculture industries. So just check your province carefully. I think, as you know, that's something I always recommend with Canada, because it's such a huge country,
Yeah.
and you might not find everything everywhere. So every city or every province would have some sort of specialization, which may uh, will be beneficial for you.
Yeah, I think some of the
Uh,
agricultural programs into machines, materials, and the crop
I think even
development. I think,
food
yeah,
sciences is
food
pretty
science.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if Canada is not something you're looking at, Harish, you can also check out Australia and New Zealand. Really, really good countries for agriculture.
yeah.
Uh, Cool. Sahil Lokhande, January 23, how much time I have got to apply? So, admissions for January, applications for January 23, Sahil, they open in September, which is next month mostly. Some universities are already open for Jan 23, and usually November first week is the deadline to apply. But if you want scholarships as well, I would advise you to apply early, so you can get in touch with us. Uh, and depending on your profile, you can get into universities like which, and depending on the program as well. So plenty universities offer January intake in UK as well. Uh, Next up. PG diploma versus masters. So I think this is a very quintessential question in every Canada session.
Yeah, I think, I'll just give you a difference between PG diploma and masters. I think that is very important for you to understand, guys. So PG diploma is a level 8 program, whereas masters is a level 9, sorry, PG diploma is a level 7 program, whereas masters is a level 8 program. So you see a master, a level difference between both the programs. Yeah, I won't say that, of course, both of them have their own values and advantages, but generally, masters, if in case you're planning to take a PhD in the later stages, then go for masters. I think that would be super helpful. PG diploma in Canada will be a 1 year program. Of course, you have 2 years program as well. Whereas masters in the UK also is the same 1 plus 2. But it also depends on how many credits you're earning. Okay, comparatively, PG diploma will give you less credits, and masters in UK will give you more credits. So you can see the credits in your transcripts, or maybe once you go through the syllabus, you will understand how many credits you're earning after graduating.
Right. Cool. I hope that answers your questions. TK, we'll pick up one more question, and I think this is a very interesting question. Really want to answer. Uh, Sahil, I think Ekta, we might differ here in opinions. So, how expensive masters would cost in CA, that's Canada, when compared to UK? So, ideally, I think a lot of people think that Canada is cheaper for a masters, but I think otherwise, because UK has a 1 year masters, and if you compare UK universities with Canadian universities of similar ranking, so let's say we put King's College London and University of Toronto.
Yeah,
Uh, Both are like King's College is like 35th and Toronto is like 50 or 52, I think, somewhere around that. A master's in King's College London will cost you less than University of Toronto.
yeah, true.
Reason being, UK, because it has 1 year masters, so you save on the second year tuition fee. Also, not many people realize that you also save on one extra cost of
Living.
living. Yeah, because Canada the masters is usually 2 years. However, if you talk about PG diploma, then Canada is way cheaper. It will cost you a 2 year program. It will cost you way less than a UK masters from a top ranking university. But again, it depends on what you want to pursue. Anything you want like to add here, Ekta?
Right, I think, I can agree with you, Saket, without any, debate. Of course, you will have to think wisely. And again, UK giving 1 year masters and Canada giving 2 year masters, of course you're going to save a lot of time and money there. But provided, if in case you're very keen on universities and very keen on QS ranking, this will happen. If not, if in case you are okay with a limited budget, so generally Indian students, what happens, Aki, they come with a very limited budget, or they have this budget constraint. So if we are working on the budget constraint, then I think Canada would be the right option. If in case you compare the QS ranking and everything, I think then, right, as you said, UK will
Right.
be the best choice.
Right. So thank you so much, guys. I'll be back with another session. So there is another session I'm running tomorrow as well at 4 p.m. So in case you want to connect, we'll also have a special guest for tomorrow's session. So do tune in at 4 o'clock tomorrow as well. Cool. And before we leave, just a quick heads up, if you want to speak to us directly, make sure you click on enroll now and speak to me and Ekta directly. So we'll be happy to see you on the other side. We're running a lot of sessions wherein we are speaking to students one on one. So hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much, Ekta. It was really nice talking to you, and thank you for answering so many questions today.
Thanks, Saket. It was great talking to you too. Yeah. Thanks, guys. All the best.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.